My name is Sage, and today's tutorial was going to be this $ design displayed behind me here, but at the last second I received a request for a dove tutorial for a church event that's apparently happening tomorrow. So one of my viewers asked, and you shall receive. To make this simple but elegant balloon dove, you're going to need 3 white 260s and a pair of scissors, because we're going to be shortening one of the balloons. You're going to need stickers or a marker for the eyes, and the best brand possible of these glue dots is Scotch adhesive dots. They are absolutely the best for positioning your parts of your balloons that don't quite want to stay there. We actually use them here for the wings. This has been designed so that it will not lose its structure, because it's beautiful and you don't want it to one twist and it's all, screwed up. Oh, those are really working. Yeah, if you're going to get any glue dots, get Scotch. Now the body of the dove is super fast. You're going to inflate a 260 to about 7 to 8 fingers of tail, and you're going to start with a 6-finger bubble. You're going to make 2 1-inch pinch twists, just like that. This is going to form the breast of the bird. Okay, just like that. And you're going to come back, but with an 8-finger bubble, thereabouts. And make sure it's a little bit soft, but definitely longer. Okay. From there, you make a small pinch twist. And you stretch it out a little bit, because we're making the tail here, and you want it thin. Come down about like that. Okay, and there's the tail. Now we're going to make 4 bubbles here, and I guess they're about 2 fingers. Let's see, about that size. Okay, 2 on each side, and they're actually going to go right like this, and through those pinch twists to the other side. Okay, position everything. Make sure that this comes down on this side and it's not stuck up there. Now make 2 more of those bubbles, so it's the same exact thing. And in between these bubbles, we're actually going to be sticking the wing. That's how it's going to attach. So tie this into the back where the tail is, and you're going to pop off your excess however you want. Okay, and tie that on. And our simple beginning of our bird is right like that. Beautiful. To add the wings, we inflate our next 260 to about 7 fingers of tail, and tie it off. Now we're going to be attaching it directly right away. So make a small pinch twist, then make one slightly larger, like that, and right in between here, that's where these guys are going. Now, when you position the balloon, it needs to be going forward at an angle toward where the head's going to be, away from the tail. And make sure the 6-finger bubble is on top, by the way. Okay, make a tiny little bubble, just like that. A little bigger. A little bigger. One getting pretty big, and one finally that's the biggest. So this is your string. Like that, make sure they're spun really well. And then you're going to make a big pinch twist to hold it in place. Now, you don't even have to move positions to do this next part. You just hop on over here and measure out, I'd say 13 fingers. And make it, no, you better make it, I like to make it soft, but it'll work better in the design if it's not. Just like that. And tie it into these big bird breast pinch twists right here. Finally, we're going to finish off with our last balloon, and it's going to make the second wing. We're going to be basically doing virtually the same thing, and the only exception is going to be the head is going to end up. Now, you don't want to lose your slack on this final balloon, so when you're twisting it, you want to make sure that you've got tail at the end, and that's sometimes hard to do, especially when you're making so many twists on this. So take your next balloon, our final balloon here, and inflate it. First, remember our scissors, we're going to cut off 2 fingers of this balloon in order to make this work. So Let's just snip that off a little bit at the end. Alright, mazel tov, and we're going to inflate this now. It's a little more difficult when the nozzle's not on there, but there we go. Alright, and inflate this to, I want to say, 8 fingers of tail. Let's see. Yeah, 8 fingers. We need that slack. And again, little pinch twist. Followed by one that's a little bit bigger. And then we're going to stick it in the other slot on the other side. That's a little tricky sometimes. It always wants to pop on you. So again, we're going to do a little bubble, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, big, and then the biggest, followed by the large pinch twist. And again, we measure off 13 fingers, just like that. Okay, I made this a little too big, so I'll make the wing bigger. Oh, we can push it back, actually. Okay, you can actually control the size of your balloon in some ways. That's cool. Let's make it alright. And then we're going to stick that wing into the other part. Now, we'll just break this off after that. And it goes. Keep that beat. Don't lose your tail. Alright, pop off this extra. There it goes. And tie that in real tight. You want everything really clumped here in this, in this little intersection of twists and turns and sausage balloon parts. Okay, there we go. Now we have to shape these wings a little bit. And to do that, you just give it a little corkscrew action like that. Okay. Now this neck is a little longer than I wanted it to be. Sometimes you can secure this in with one final pinch twist. Let's see if I can do it without popping it. Oh. Praise God, I did it. Alright. And then shape your little head. Now I like to use those glue dots because it really keeps the wings from coming undone. And it keeps this whole part here before the friction really sets in after a couple of seconds. So we're going to use those. And if you don't have them, it's okay, but please go and buy some for, you know, future tutorials. Other people do it as well. Okay, we've got our two right here. And we pop them off their little sheet. And I like to stick it right where the breast pinch twist and the wing meet. Just push it on, remove the plastic part there, and push it. That wing's not going anywhere. And just do the same thing. Oops. On the other side. Put it on there. I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name, but your name's going to be in the title of this video. I did this just for you, so I don't know if anyone else is going to watch this, but this is for you. I'm sorry I don't know. Please tell me how to pronounce your name in the future. Okay, great. That's it except for the eyes, and what I like to do is use these particular stickers. They're little round dots, and they're perfect for all kinds of eyes. And of course, we're going to take everyone's favorite, which is the light blue. Stick it on our dove, just like that. And there we go, beautiful dove. And actually, if you're doing a church event, something I like to do, I mean, we can always write things on balloons or whatever, but I like to draw a little cross on the bottom. Nothing fancy, just enough that it's a symbol. There you go. Just like that. So when people hold it up and they fly it around, and you know. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I made this specifically for you. I had a lot of trouble with this dove design, but I had to do it. I'm just glad I did. And please join me for future videos. Anyone else who saw this, thank you as well. And I hope you like this design. I'm pretty happy with it.